Wow, we've officially come full circle. It feels like at this point in time, 40% of my content is Harley, and I don't regret it one bit. Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Punk Yoshi or Alberto. Welcome back to another video. And another video it is indeed. And the end of an era, I would say, since we are closing the chapter on these awesome Harley videos. Our show is now over. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go cry in fetal position. I'll try my best to be on top of any Harley content out here, so if you love our peanut as much as I do, be sure to subscribe for upcoming content. If you're new to our channel, hi, my name is Punk Yoshi and I love animation as much as Harley loves her bat. Last video, we ended off on episode 8, where Metropolis was finally getting lifted off the ground. And today we're going to be going through episodes 9 and 10 of Harley, give our snarky remarks, and as always, discuss the episodes at the end of the video, as well as discuss the season as a whole, because after all, this is the Harley Quinn Extravaganza. Back towards the beginning of my channel, I did do a seasons 1 through 4 Extravaganza, so if you need a quick refresher, I do recommend you go back to that video. Although my quality has changed, I have gotten better, so if you would like to see a reimagining of that video, let me know. That's possible. Coming off of the finale, wow, it's so cool to see how far we've come. And we'll talk about this more after the rundown of the episodes, but there was this bittersweet conclusion to all the arcs this season. But let's get started, shall we? Episode 9 starts... Wait, hold up. They totally changed the name of this episode. Now it's called Bottle Episode, parentheses, but not a bottle episode. Oh hell nah, they definitely have been watching my videos. Cause I've been speculating on this video being a traditional bottle episode, or they just didn't want to give it away that it wasn't a bottle episode. What do you guys think? Am I being delusional, or are the writers watching my channel? I swear I'm not delusional. The episode starts with the citizens of Metropolis living their daily lives. Lois is driving, pissed off at the Daily Planet. Bane and Clayface celebrate their success. And Joker goes to visit Batman, but they are bottled up, and find out that Lena was the one in charge. Lena remembers a time where Lex didn't let her play with the city, and in present day, she has the city all to herself. She sends Brainy Bots to go look for Lex. Back on Earth, Harley is frustrated they weren't able to save the city on time. Ivy comforts her by confirming that even though Lena tried to break them up, she would never think of doing that. Then she breaks the fourth wall a little bit, and says the internet fandom would go crazy if they were to break up, which is pretty true, not gonna lie. Sharon, who is surprisingly well informed, tells them that Brainiac's ship will have advanced cloaking technology, and if they want to climb on board, they'll need to disable it. Harley knows just the guy they need. In the Bottle City, Joker, Bruce, and Lois fight for their lives against the Brainy Bots. Joker just came to get a signature for his daughter's internship, but Bruce continues to trauma dump on Joker. Harley takes Sharon, Ivy, and Lex to the Batcave. Each character hilariously banter with each other. Harley contacts Bruce, who totally covers for Batman's finances. They come up with a plan to get Lex to reconcile his siblinghood with Lena. To do this, they need to get the Bat Radia, the project the interns were working on, which is on top of Wayne Tower. They will use this to disable the ship's cloaking device, then use a ton of Wayne Industry satellites to bring the ship closer to Earth, so Harley and Ivy can climb on board the ship. Lex wakes up, and Harley tries to show the damage Lena has done to Metropolis. He doesn't care because she shared the information that put him in jail, but he agrees to help them because he loves Metropolis. Before they go up, Lex grabs a special weapon to defeat Lena, and they land on the Skull ship. Lois tries to use her Superman radar to call him, but they are stranded with no signal, which freaks her out, but she remembers a way to contact Supes without her gadget. On the ship, Harley and Ivy confront Lena, but the sight of Lex throws her off. Lena tries to flaunt her city to her brother. He sees right through her and takes out the secret weapon, which is a toy model train. Lena laughs in his face and throws the train on the ground. Lex thought all Lena wanted was to play with his toys. Lena is about to blast Lex into a small human being, but Harley reprises her role as a psychiatrist and asks Lena what her end goal is here. When she replies with becoming a god, she reminds her of what happened to Brainiac. Bruce, Lois, and Joker show up to the Daily Planet and beat up the Brainy Bots. She contacts Superman using Morse code, and Bruce promises Lois that he'd make her editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet after all this is over, since he actually owns the Daily Planet. Harley psychoanalyzes the siblings, and Lex spits out that he was mean to Lena because everyone liked her. Touched by the sentiment, Lena and Lex agree to work together. Before they can escape, Lena traps Harley, Ivy, and Sharon. They get shrunk and put in the same glass as Brainiac. Ivy tries to convince Brainiac to help them, but he's being a butt, and Harley laments bringing Ivy to Metropolis because she grew complacent. The episode ends with Lois sending out "I need you" in Morse code. The final episode starts with Lena putting a rag over the bottle city of Metropolis, which causes everything to go dark. King Shark and Sean show up to the Daily Planet. On the ship, Lena and Lex discuss their next step. Harley instigates by telling Lena to rename the city of Metropolis to Lenopolis, but Lex hates it and wants to call it Lexopolis, causing them to have a heated argument. This gives them enough time to ask Frankette for help, but she doesn't want to help. She thinks that they abandoned her at Brainiac's. Ivy does the opposite and tries to piss her off, so Frankette would bash the bottle. Ivy stops it once she sees that Frankette cut herself while trying to push the bottle. They both agree that this isn't Frankette's problem to solve. Sharon tries to cheer up Brainiac by telling him that it's kind of wonderful that life is this great big mess, and that the mess is the point. Brainiac has an epiphany and doesn't want to strive for perfection anymore. Lena sends the ship hurtling for a planet until Lex is able to apologize to Lena. She says there's 16 minutes left until the ship contacts, which is super meta because there is actually literally 16 minutes left in the episode at this point. Good job, writers. They convince the new Brainy to help them escape, and they succeed. Ivy whips Brainiac onto the shrinking gun, where he's able to aim and shoot at the Luthors. Now that everyone is small, Harley and Ivy beat the shit out of Lena and Lex. Brainiac grows them to regular size, except Harley's boobies get bigger. Brainiac realizes that Lena sent them on a collision course to his own planet of Kolu. Brainiac, not opting for messy options, doesn't want to save the ship, and actually wants to continue the mess. Harley tries to convince him to reconsider. After all, his autobiographical play has him save everyone at the end of it. They contact Bane in the Bottle City, and he totally whiffs it, not realizing Harley's attempt to have him change the story last second. Brainiac makes up his mind and chooses peace with his family. He manifests them into real life, and even shares a moment with them. But his family is so displeased that he's dragging Harley, Ivy, and everyone into their life. So he goes back and tells them to take the escape pod out of there. They grab all the cities they can and rush to the escape pod. Brainiac shares one final moment with us and his family, ending his saga. He powers down and joins his family. On the ship, Ivy apologizes to Frankette, but they are interrupted by meteor contact hitting their ship. The ship is ripped open and they start to lose oxygen. Frankette gives them oxygen bubbles and Ivy patches up the ship, but Frankette used up all of her energy. The ship continues to take considerable damage, and they discuss what they are going to have for dinner tonight. Harley is sad that they are going to die so far away from home, but Ivy's home is wherever Harley is, so she's okay going out like this. One final giant hit knocks them into space, and just in time, Superman comes to save him. He takes everyone back home to Earth. Sometime later, they are back in Ivy's old place from season 1. They were able to buy it off from Cyborgman, or just stole it from him. Everyone is there to visit Harley and Ivy, Bane and his family, Lois, Sharon and King Shark, Bruce and Joker, and even Clayface. The somber music plays as they reminisce on how far they've come and their old memories. Ivy plans on releasing the Bottle City soon, but the citizens are going to need some real psychological help from being trapped so long, which Harley can handle. The episode ends with Harley and Ivy continuing their chaos in the city, united by Metropolis. Holy shit guys, what a great finale for an amazing season we just had. With all the somber music playing, seeing all the returning characters, and them returning to their old place, it's kinda hard not to think about this as a potential series finale. Which I mean it totally could be, with all the rumblings going on at DC right now. As some of you guys may or may not know, James Gunn has been very open about the potential reboot of the entirety of the DC, and that includes some comic lines as well. It's not out of the realm of possibility that this could be the last episode we see of Harley Quinn and her shenanigans, but yet there still is hope. James Gunn himself has said he's a pretty adamant fan of the show. I don't think that the success of DC is reliant on if Harley Quinn does numbers or not. I think that as long as people are watching, there's a good chance that we'll get another season. I've been keeping track on how the show has been doing on Max, and it's been on the top 10 shows of the day, along some pretty notable TV shows. We are now 5 seasons deep, and the show has had a pretty remarkable run in its lifetime. The future is bright though. For one, they did end it off pretty tightly, so where that they could end the series right here, But they also ended the arc of Metropolis pretty nicely, with Metropolis being so close to Gotham. So it goes both ways. I think if they make a Kite Man Season 2, there's a good chance that we'll get Harley Quinn Season 6. And DC writers, if you're watching this, give us a Harley Quinn Christmas special. We'd really appreciate that. Make it just like the Valentine's Day special. That one was so good. Harley Quinn as a character is a juggernaut in DC culture. I'd go as far as to say that she's a top 5 most popular DC characters of all time. Her influence is absolutely endless. They'd be kind of dumb not to continue the series on such a beloved character. That being said, if they do stop the show right here, what an amazing ride it's been. I wouldn't change it for the world. This show has been the most influential thing in my animated life in modern history, with the exception of Arcane. I think it has solidified itself in my top 10 animated TV shows of all time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. In terms of how I'd rank this season compared to others, I think I'd have it in 3rd place, right above Bat-Fam in Season 1, but below Seasons 3 and 2, right smack dab in the middle. Every character had their shining moment this season, and I'd like to take a moment to thank the writers and the voice actors for giving us a piece of work with such care. If you guys didn't notice, they actually did change the voice actor for Lex. It wasn't Giancarlo Esposito. I don't know if he was busy or if he just didn't want to do the show no more. The new Lex wasn't bad though, but I don't think he'll come back since his arc is finished this season. I'll try my best to do my due diligence, so if you subscribe to my channel for the Harley content, I'll try my best to keep up with any Harley information that I get. This channel will be an informational outlet for you to keep touch with the Harley world. I'd be honored to be your informant. Now that the show is done though, I'm about to scour the internet for some more content for me to discuss. It seems that we're heading into a dry season, with both my beloved Harley Quinn show and Invincible ending. But not to worry, we still have a lot of animated films, geeky news, and animated TV shows that I do want to make content on. I'll also be making videos near and dear to my heart, so stay tuned for that. But with that, I'm going to end off today's video. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for upcoming content. As always, my name has been Alberto, or Punk Yoshi. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.